What is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Ramsa here, and today we're talking about episode 52 of Dragon Ball Super, an episode that a lot of us are waiting forward or looking forward to. And now that it actually aired, I gotta say I understand what they were going for. Now I know why this episode was made, why it exists, and I have not really seen much feedback in regards to what people thought about this episode, because I know when it comes down to it, everybody just kind of wants to get to the core of this arc. We want to know who Black is, we want to see fighting, we want to see Super Saiyan God again, we want to see what Trunks is capable of in this arc. But when we get episodes like this, it's kind of like the in-between. It's like, why is this episode happening, / where to go with the story. Now, in the past, the in-between episodes, like the fillery ones, it's not really filler, but what I mean by filler is before you get into like the real serious action, it's always been kind of like here and there. I mean, we all know that how, not as good the Monaka arc was before the Trunks arc started. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of it. Like, that one I could have done without. But, like, episodes like this, I completely understand why they exist. And we'll get to that after we review the episode. But first, I guess let's just dive into what happened. So, Trunks wakes up from a nightmare and decides he wants to just, go see what's going on. And he decides to visit his good friend, Gohan. His mentor. And it's funny also, they show a flashback of the history of Trunks, and I find it funny that his hair was blue in that too. And I guess they're just going to go with it. At this point, I really don't even care anymore about the whole blue hair thing. Honestly, I like the design. It's kind of weird that they're just kind of clashing at this point, but the hair is blue. That's all we can say about it. I mean, whatever, right?
Yeah, I guess. So
what ends up happening is he goes and finds Gohan after talking to Piccolo and Krillin, and it's funny because the first thing Piccolo says is like, oh, don't even think about bringing him back to the past because, or to the future, because he is a scholar now. And the interesting thing is, a lot of people have always been very critical towards Gohan. I mean, I know you're a big Gohan fan.
I'm a big Gohan fan, and I was disappointed in the fact that he became a scholar, but when Trunks smiled and he was like, wow, his dream came true, I was like, shit. Yeah, I guess he really did want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is we grew up under Gohan seeing what he's done in his childhood, from raging against Raditz to killing Cell. Like, Gohan's rage moment had been, like, something that we all live for, and that's why he's been one of my favorite characters. He's, like, right over here. Look at him right there poking out in the corner. I love the Gohan rage moments, but in the end, ever since he was a kid, he was always dreaming about becoming a scholar, and the cool thing about this episode is you see two different realities. Mm-hmm. And the Trunks reality, which we've already seen many times in the past couple decades, we've seen how dark the future has become. We've seen that, Gohan has become this, like, badass. He's fighting the androids. He trains Trunks, like a completely different person.
Survival mode.
Yeah, he's in survival mode. But then you have the Gohan that grows up under peaceful times, and even though he had his rage moments as a kid, growing up, those 7 years of peace after, Cell was defeated to becoming an adult that he is today, he is following the path that he's more destined to become in that timeline, whereas in the future, it's all about survival. So it's cool to see how different the two realities are. Like, in the future, you have survival mode, you have Bulma. It's actually a good point. I saw on Twitter the other day how future Bulma looks so different from future, or from present Bulma. Like, people have but they have pointed out that in the future, Bulma looks a lot older than she is right now. Well, that's because the future has a lot of stress. The future is all about survival mode. You don't really have, like, the makeup, the great food, the smiles, the happiness, and that's why she looks the way she looks in the future. She looks good, but you can tell, like,
she probably doesn't sleep.
Yeah, you can tell that it has an impact on what she looks like as a person, as opposed to the one who lives in the main timeline where it's nothing but peace. And same thing with Trunks. I mean, look at Trunks right now, and even though it's a bad example, look at Trunks or what he becomes in GT. Now, it's kind of a weird one to point out, just because it's GT is different from Dragon Ball Z technically, but it's our only look to see what Trunks has become outside of what we saw in the future, and it's a completely different character. That's because he grew up under peace. And again, look at Gohan. He grew up to become a scholar, pursue his dream, become what he wants to do, what he's always wanted to do ever since he was a kid. So seeing Gohan become what he is, it's something that I've learned to respect. I mean, yes, I want to see him do what he did right there. I want to see what this guy becomes. Like, I want to see more of that. And I feel like at some point we might get a moment like that at least once. But if we don't get it, I really don't care. I mean, we saw what happens against Frieza, and a lot of us expected that, when he was powered up against Frieza, he was going to do something amazing, and then he didn't. Just fizzled out completely. So if something happens, then great, but at the same time, I'm kind of like accepted the fact that he's become who he is, and that's what makes his character unique and different as opposed to everybody else. Mm-hmm. So that's cool, but really the big focus of this episode is to show Trunks that different reality. And it's funny, I already have the title for this video that, you know, I'll show you later once I like type it out and stuff.
Okay.
But essentially, this is like the path of two realities. You have the future, which is just completely dark, everything's screwed up, there's no happiness. Even seeing the point where they have Trunks, you know, get sad because he thinks, oh, you know, what could have happened had Black not showed up? You know, I could have been eating dinner with Mai and Bulma and just been happy. I know what to fight for now. And I feel like what he ran into in this episode essentially was supposed to kind of help him, because like ever since Trunks came to the past, he's just been triggered, PTSD.
PTSD. That's what I keep saying.
Yeah, he had that nightmare. Like he is just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And it's weird because I honestly don't know what to do. Because like, do they, after they defeat Black, do they get the Dragon Balls? Like, how do they save the future? Like, I mean, it is Dragon Ball.
I would think that they just have to repopulate the Earth over time, because there's some humans left, but they're like all underground. There's probably not that many.
Right.
So they would just have to salvage what they have left.
I have a theory, actually, now that I think about it. It just popped in my mind right now as I'm making this video. Mm-hmm. They're going to the future, right?
Okay.
They're going to the future, meaning Goku, probably Vegeta, which, by the way, I love the fact that they had the moment of Vegeta at the beginning where he was angry. Like, remember last episode, he was super angry, pissed for some reason, and it's revealed that the reason why he was so angry is because of what Black did to his family. Like, when he put Trunks through, or he put Bulma through, killing Bulma, and Vegeta triggered like that is, like, pure character development. I mean, seeing what he's come from the Saiyan that showed up to Earth to destroy it, to getting a family, to now, like, he's actually triggered by people hurting his family. We saw that in the first episode, when Trunks came to the future, where it was like, or to the past, where he was like, you know what, we'll find a way, bruh, I got you. So it's cool to see that. But I'm sure that we'll get both Goku and Vegeta and Trunks who are going to go to the future and fight Black. And now that Goku is going to be in the future, how do you find Planet Namek? Instant transmission. That's the one key that was missing in the future. The reason why they weren't able to get the Dragon Balls, at least this is my theory, the reason why they weren't able to get the Dragon Balls in the future was because it was very troublesome to find that planet. But like, Goku now knows where a planet is, so technically, theoretically, he can go to the future, find a position where new Namek is, and just instant transmission over and get the Dragon Balls. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it right now. I think the way that this arc is going to end is just like that. Like, they're going to actually fully restore the future for what it's supposed to be, and not just have Trunks go back into, you know, a timeline where there's like, you know, not that many humans left. So we'll see what happens there, but that's something I would definitely love to see.
Either way, he still has newfound purpose
Yes.
to save his future.
And honestly, I would want to see Trunks to be the one that takes out Black, because when Trunks went back in the past, you know, it was the main timeline Z fighters who basically saved the future. I mean, we know Trunks, when he went back into the future, he did kill 17 and 18 as well as, you know, Cell. But honestly, after seeing what Trunks has gone through, I feel like he kind of has to be the one that finishes Black. I mean, I'm not going to hold too much weight on that just because this is Dragon Ball and Goku always tends to be the hero with Vegeta on the side. But honestly, I wouldn't mind to see Trunks involved, or maybe even the three of them, like Goku, Trunks, Black. I keep saying Black. Goku, Trunks, Vegeta involved in stopping Black and saving the future. But I'm gonna call it right now. When they go back into the future and defeat Black and save the future, it's gonna come down to Goku's gonna be like, oh yeah, new Namek is right over there. I can just go over there real fast. I can even bring you Dende because they don't have a guardian or anything.
Oh, that's true.
So I think that could happen, and if that happens, that's gonna be great because then the future will be actually saved, and then that's the end of that chapter. Because, to be fair, it kind of sucked on Trunks to go back into the future. And it's like, well, this is cool. I guess we'll clean up our own. Thanks, guys. You know, you guys got the Dragon Balls over there. We'll just go screw ourselves at this point.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens to that. Now, the last bit that we want to talk about, I'm pretty sure I forgot a couple things here and there, which, if there's anything we forgot, feel free to discuss down below. The next part is Zamasu. So, when Trunks gets back from his adventure of getting beat up by Pan, which is funny, by the way, we find out that Goku, Beerus, and Whis have gone to Universe 10 to look for the Kaioshin, because the key that Black had was similar to that. And we know that Zamasu, based on the next episode preview, is an apprentice Kaioshin, who is a very talented fighter. So now the question is what does this have to do with Black? Is Zamasu, in a way, basically, is he Black? Or was Black another Kaioshin apprentice that went rogue? Because now, after watching, because we watched the episode before we watched the episode this past week, episode 51. Yeah. After we watched that episode, there's a point where Black says, "Oh, you know, I'm here to clean up the universe, to fix God's mistake. The one mistake are humans." and this is like above the realms of like, you know, whatever. And I'm starting to think what not Kaioshin, but what Black actually is. He might just be, instead of a Kaioshin, which I guess technically would be the same because a Kaioshin is an evil Kaioshin, right? I think what Black is, he was an apprentice Kaioshin to be that went rogue. He stole the ring, went to the future, because remember, they did say that the rings are meant to go to the future and then come back to the past. I think that Black is from this timeline. He went, from Universe 10 that is, he went to the future, and I don't know, just started doing whatever he's doing, because it's kind of tough right now. I mean, we'll find out in 2 weeks.
What I think is that is Black, the Zamasu.
You think it's Zamasu?
I think it is because they're still in their timeline where he hasn't gone rogue. Or
that's a good point. That's actually a really good point.
And that probably is him. And that he just is a Kaioshin who was like,
I'm done.
You know,
I'm angry.
Or not even angry, because honestly, when I heard Black say all that stuff about, you know, cleaning up the universe and stuff for like the greater good, I actually agreed with him for the most part, because in nature, when you have something like a force that is non-cooperative with nature, like humans, because humans, especially in the modern world, do not cooperate with nature, something will come along, whether it's a natural disaster or in this case, Goku Black, something will come along and make it to where there's balance again.
Right. So either he is Zamasu in the future, or maybe there was another apprentice that went rogue with him. I don't know. We'll find out in 2 weeks. And the reason I say 2 weeks is next week there's a festival going around. So they're actually skipping a week of Dragon Ball Super, unfortunately. So to find out the answer who Black actually is, we'll have to wait until July 31st, I believe, for the continuation of the series. And I guess for now, comment section below, drop your best theories as who you think Black is. Is he a Kaioshin? Is he Zamasu who stole Goku's body? Is he whatever? Because one thing we do know is Goku Black, he is definitely talented at fighting, which we saw, you know, in his experience fighting Goku. And Zamasu, from what they said in the next episode preview, he's a talented fighter. I mean, he's a prodigy. From the sounds of it, he gives Goku trouble. He might not be stronger than Goku, but he knows how to fight. And as long as you know how to fight, it's not about being the strongest in a situation to win. As long as you know how to fight, you can still win the battle, if that makes sense. I don't know. But
I did see them fighting with Goku in his Super Saiyan form, so he did not even turn God or anything.
I mean, obviously, I feel like with Goku, you can just go Super Saiyan God and knock out anybody, but he'd rather just... Another thing I want to point out is they could just technically get the Dragon Balls and fix up the Cell Time Machine. But two things. Bulma is too proud for that. I'm pretty sure that she wants to fix it herself so she can learn, because now she has a note. And two, I also feel like if they use the Dragon Balls to restore the time machine, it would be beyond Shenron's power, because it is time travel, and that is against the laws of nature, which would be beyond his power. So that's something else I want to toss out there. But knowing Goku, like I said, Bulma's proud about her stuff. Goku's proud of his own stuff, which would be fighting. In this case, he won't just go all out to win a fight, which we've seen him do many times, where he just holds back, because that's what he does. He holds back, and if he really needs to, he'll go to the next level. But it's not about being the strongest, but it's about being the best fighter. So in this situation, next time on episode 52 or 53, yeah, in 2 weeks, we'll see what Goku's capable of when you compare him to Zamasu. So we'll see what happens then. But for now, I guess drop your theories in the comment section below as to who you think Black is, what is Zamasu, and any other theories or things that we didn't discover or discuss in this episode. And yeah, but anything else?
Nope.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still enjoying Dragon Ball Super and these reviews, make sure you leave a like right below and all that good stuff. And other than that, I guess we'll see you guys in the comment section below. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Peace.